Hello everybody, it's the 30th of March today and I'm looking at doing a bit of work on this small field maple. I'm going to start by chopping away some of these pieces that are sticking out the front here, for example. High pokey branch, some people call them. Just snip that away, and some of these little pieces sticking down like this. Get rid of that. And just continue on chopping away all the bits we don't want, trying to avoid getting knuckles of lots of shoots all emanating from one particular point. One problem with these field maples is they do tend to put out a lot of shoots from one point on the trunk or on the branch. And it's important you try and get rid of some of those. I've got a very straight piece here. I'm gonna snip it. Just there. Okay, so a little bit of thinking about things. Sometimes you can always cut them off, but it's really difficult to glue them back on again if you change your mind afterwards. So get rid of these branches that are bar branches, I think people call them. We have two branches coming from one side of the trunk and then the other. These long straight pieces. Flatten that back. Okay, just trim away a few more of these pieces. Like so. And that's pretty much the tree set up as I want it. We've got lots of taper, lots of movement. Get rid of that piece. And now we're going to see about getting it out of its pot, giving it a root prune. Okay, here we go. If I can get it out of its pot. Doesn't want to come out, doesn't want to let go, don't want to do any damage. Come on. Now, it's going to take a little bit of resting, but there it goes. As you can see, got a bit of a lip on the inside of the pot, which helped hold it in. It's a nice little pot, though. Try and clear out these drainage screens, and then it'll be ready to go again. We have a solid mat of root, which is nice, but not ideal. Let's see if we can't do something about that. Got a really nice root spread here, nice little nabari, roots emanating all around, and nice bit of trunk flare. So just clean off the top a little bit, get rid of some of the moss and things which has been growing up the bark. Otherwise, it's just going to be a question of cutting away some of these roots so that we can get it back into this pot with some fresh compost. There are some thick roots rammed around the edge, which I shall need to deal with. Okay, so I think that's enough. Let's try it for size. Ah, perfect. Slots back into the pot nicely with just enough room around the outside so that we can put in some new substrate compost. whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we have a layer of compost in the bottom. As I say, some people call it substrate, some people call it growing medium. I use all terms interchangeably. So put in a little bit of controlled release fertilizer, and then we can just chuck that root in underneath. It's trying to escape. Put that back in under there. Lovely job. And then we can begin to pack in around, filling in all the nooks and crannies. There we go. Just pack it around using your fingers. Fingers work really well. You can feel when there's give and you're not squishing the roots too hard. There we go. Just give you a quick 360. A bit of a spin round. You can see it's a little bit two-dimensional. I would like it to grow out a little more in a sort of front and back direction, but hopefully this year we can rectify some of that. I may need to put odd bits of wire on some of the places just to bring branches down into a slightly more horizontal. But overall, I'm quite pleased with its form and its function at the present time. And put it back on the bench and we'll look at it over the year. So it's the 28th of April, and this little field maple is beginning to shoot out quite nicely. Thought I'd give you a glimpse of the fresh new spring foliage. Everyone likes to talk about Japanese maples and its gorgeous foliage, but I sometimes feel the field maple gets overlooked unfairly. It's the 14th of May today. The little field maple has shooted out quite nicely. It seems to be recovering well from its repotting ordeal, and I now want to stop it getting too much out of shape, so I'm just going to pinch these long growing shoots out because they're in danger of elongating and just having big internodes, which I don't want. So even though the leaves haven't fully opened yet, I'm just pinching out the growing tips as they are, so every day I'll look at these and think, that one needs to come off, and that one needs to come off, that one can be left alone, that one can be left alone today, and so on and so forth. And I will continue doing that as and when needed, and hopefully build us a nice little canopy over the top. I might even pinch this back a little bit harder. In fact, yes, I will. I'm going to pinch that out entirely because I'd like it to back bud in here and have the new leader in this area somewhere. So we'll see how that goes. If necessary, this can become the new leader with a bit of wiring, or even this, but we will see. Quick 360. It's got a long way to go, this little tree, but I'm happy. I've got a nice trunk that I've built over the years, and now we just need to refine all the branches and the canopy. It's the 1st of August 2021, and the tree's had a few trimmings back, which I didn't video for stupid reasons, but as you can see, it's maturing well. Still has an awful long way to go, but it has a definite tree feel about it. Would really love to get these leaves down in size a bit more over the next few years, but we can't have everything, I suppose. So, thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe, everybody.